Hi, live here. Are we live there? Hello, hello. I'm trying to get my IG live going. I think it timed out. Boo. All right, hold on, y'all. Okay, here we go. Or not. Dang it. Y'all, I can't get IG to work. So weird, but we shall persevere. It's Friday. How's everyone doing? I hope you guys are good. Just gonna keep trying to get Instagram to cooperate. Chat in if you're watching live. Let me know where you're watching from, what is going on in your life. I am interested. Tell me all about it. Over here, it's a very exciting day. I'm waiting on my Mcgrath Blush to arrive. So exciting. It was supposed to come yesterday. It didn't because UPS is horrible. So it's supposed to be on a truck today. I may or may not have ordered far too many shades. It's fine. Did y'all partake in the Pat McGrath Blush extravaganza? There were so many good colors. I was impressed. And from what I hear from friends, it's like the quality's really, really, really good. You know it. Who is that? Tell me who that is. Oh man, it was just I'm so excited. That's all I have to say is I'm so excited. Okay, I finally got IG to work. She always wants to mess with me, y'all. She's always like, "Oh, you think you're gonna have plans today?" No, you're not. She's terrible. But I love my IG people. All right, howdy. So today we're doing something a little bit different. We are reviewing dresses from the Target dress collection. Move this, y'all. My poor mannequin just like totally fell off the other day. It was sad. She's here, but she's like, I was actually like filming content and she fell on me. I was like, oh, ow. I'll have to get Sheila back together one of these days. All right, so I am Brandy Johnson. I am a personal stylist and a confidence coach, and my company is called Brandeis Nicole, and I'm all about body shape, style, fit, and really helping women to embrace their current body, love the bodies they're in, or at least like her enough to get her dressed. So today we're doing Target dress collection. So me and I don't know, half of America decided to get up at some ungodly hour on Sunday and buy up all of Target. Y'all, it said that they were going live. It said the collection was going to go live at 2 a.m. And it was like midnight when I saw that. And I was like, don't be ridiculous. Like, you're not going to stay up for 2 hours to get these dresses. I did think about it in my ute. I might have done that. And I was like, no. So I've been having like anxiety, a lot of anxiety and anxiety induced insomnia. So when I have anxiety, I usually don't sleep through the night. So I use that to my advantage when I woke up at like 5:30 in the morning and I was like, oh, well, let's see what's going on at Target. Y'all were in there. Like dresses were already like sold out or like, I was like, so I think I placed like 7 orders. Y'all, I have a problem. We already know this. But I was just like trying to get like my sizes. And then I'm like, also like we're like, you know, still in a pandemic, but you know, like long into it. So I'm like, what is my size? Do I even know? So I'm trying to get 2 sizes. Like, y'all, it was a lot. All that to say, I got a whole bunch of dresses. I tried them on and I am here to tell you about them. The good, the bad, and the OMG. I highly recommend, we're going to be on for not too long today, but I highly recommend staying to the end because I have like a little slideshow. IG, I got you guys this time. I'm going to be able to show you, I'll come close, put you on the phone so you can see the pictures. But there was one dress that was like so spectacularly bad on me that it defies reason, is what it does. So stay tuned for that, because that's going to be a lot of fun. So this is a review of the collections, but it's also about body shape and size and fit. So one of the things is, like, when you see dresses online, it's like, how do I know what fits me? How do I know if it's going to look good, if it's not going to look good? And so there's actually like a way to do that. So most of you who've been following me for a while know that I'm a former educator, so I used to be in public education. Then I was in the education reform community for a very long time. So I am a coach, a teacher, a trainer at heart. And so that's a lot of how I do the styling work that I do. So it's really important to me that you understand the tools, or that you have the tools you need to be able to evaluate clothing and fit and what's going to work best for your body type. If you're not on my wait list for my body type and style course, go to my link in Instagram, in my bio, and y'all can get it there. And then here on YouTube and Facebook, I'm going to pop the wait list right there. Okay, so how do you evaluate what's going to work on you for a dress? Because I will say, in my Facebook group, Style for Smart Cookies, get in there if you're not in there, link in bio. We had a bunch of try-ons. It was so fun to see people trying stuff on, and to see like all these different body types trying stuff on too, right? So like same dress, different body types, and like seeing what worked, what flattered, what didn't. It's a really supportive community. So it was very much like, girl, that looks great, or like, I agree, back it goes. But there were so many duds, if I can just be frank, in this collection, and I was really bummed. The one last year with like Cushiony, Lisa Marie Hernandez, like I cleaned up. There were so many great looks, and this collection, and like this is not a diss to any of the designers, but I found that like the fit and the construction of so many of the garments was exceptionally challenging for your average woman. And so this is the thing, right? Like marketing wise, I loved the campaign. I loved the diversity in terms of racial and ethnic diversity. I love the size inclusivity, right? Like nobody left behind, which was amazing. But then we got into the clothes, and it was like it was a little record screechy. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, there were just so many like dramatically ill-fitting things that happened to me, to people I know and love. There was a lot of like what I ordered versus what I got. I have a slide coming up about that. It's comical. I will say that. My sister said I looked like a Willy Wonka nightmare. She wasn't wrong. So how do we evaluate if something is going to work, right? And even with like the size inclusivity, which was amazing, here's the thing. Plus size is not a shape. Plus size is not a body shape. And that's one of the things that, like, you know, just kind of like infuriates me in general about dressing, you know, a bigger body, is plus size becomes this umbrella term for like all women above a certain size, but it still doesn't tell you anything about your body shape and what's going to flatter you, right? So in my system, you can be bigger on top, bigger on the bottom. You can be more in the middle, straight, or proportional. And that applies whether you're a size 2 or a size 22. So understanding what fits and flatters your body is the most important thing. The size that you wear, we may have feelings about it at times, but that should never be the determining factor in whether or not something actually fits and flatters your body. So let's get into it. How do you know if something looks good? So think about tops that you have already. What necklines are the most flattering on you? Off the shoulder, like I'm kind of sort of doing today. I keep trying to pull my shoulders down. Off the shoulder, V-neck, crew neck, high neck, scoop neck, racer back. Think about tops that you already own, and typically, you know, those silhouettes in a dress are also going to look good. So think about necklines a ton when you're thinking about dresses. Next, let's talk about the skirt. Skirt part of a dress, right? So you've got pencil, straight, and A-line. Those are more or less the three silhouettes you'd see. There's like tulip, and, you know, there's some other things, but for simplicity's sake, you've got a pencil skirt, which narrows in toward the knee. You've got a straight skirt, which kind of comes straight off the hips. It might narrow a little bit, but you've got a lot of room around your knees. And then you've got an A-line skirt. So most of us by this time know whether or not we're flattered in those silhouettes. But I will tell you, like in working with clients, sometimes just those little differences in the silhouette of a skirt make a huge difference. So for example, for me, A-line is really hard for me. So I'm hippie. I've got hips. And so for A-line, if something comes right off of my hips, right, like if the A starts high, if that makes sense, I look insane. Like it's not a good look. I either look very juvenile, like just like very immature, and doesn't look like grown and sexy. It just looks like I raided a 4-year-old's closet, or it's just not flattering. So if I do A line, I actually need the skirt to have more of like a straight start, and then very gradually start to A out. And it's those little differences that I study and I know and I teach that can really make a difference in the fit of a garment for you and your particular body shape. So for a dress, all you're really thinking about is neckline, like think about tops that you own, think about skirts that you have, put them together. It's like there's a little more to it, right? But I think in general, if you can simplify it down to that, you're going to have a better idea of what's going to look good on you. Then you want to think about your, what I call your vertical proportions, right? So from the top of your head to the soles of your feet, how are you proportioned? The golden ratio is supposed to be from here to your natural waist, which is like where that last rib ends. That should be 1/3 of your body height. And then the rest should be 2/3 down to the soles of your feet. That's not typical for most of us, right? But a lot of times when designers do like an empire waist or something like that, they're actually trying to mimic that. If you have a very long torso, for example, sometimes dresses can be awesome because the waist on a dress comes up a little bit higher. And so it kind of just shortens that lengthen your torso a little bit and can make you look a little bit more proportional. Conversely, if you have a really short torso, sometimes like a drop waist can kind of like lengthen you out a little bit. So pay attention to what's going on in the middle. But in general, you do want to kind of make sure like your vertical proportions are balanced too. If you're super petite, that was one of the things in this collection where I was like, dang, short girls got no love. Like so many of those dresses were just like floor length, like just like maxi, and also like a lot of material. And that was the thing too, like high neck, collar, tons of material, big sleeves, big old A-line skirt to the floor. Like that will swallow you whole. If you're like shorter, right? Like I always tell my clients this, if you put something on and it looks like you just have like a floating head and I can't really see anything else, that's not good. So I need to be able to see where you are in the garment. I need to see where your shape is in some way, shape, or fashion, an arm, a leg, like give me something to have you look flattered and like actually look like yourself. And like you want to walk in the room first, not the article of clothing, right? So that's another thing where I was like, dang, this collection, like it's so strikingly beautiful, but like practicality wise, it just felt like not everybody was considered. All right, so I'm actually going to run you guys through, this is going to be comical. I'm going to run you guys through some of the stuff that I tried on, let you know, pardon me, how it went. So let's get into it. Instagram, give me 1 second. I got to share my screen over here. Please bear with. Window, Canva, share. All right, y'all. So we're going to start with things that like worked. Because I will say there were not a ton of like nailed it's in there. So these actually, these worked, I will say. Hold on, IG, I'm coming for you. Okay. So here we have, can you all see those two silhouettes? Am I presenting? No. Okay, sorry, y'all. Let me make this bigger for you. Okay, so we have these two silhouettes. So the green dress, which I was like super drawn to, and this high neck orange. And so like, here's the thing, right? Like I love a bright color. That was the other thing. Like if you're like a neutral girl, Ooh, child, they didn't make nothing for you. They were like, sorry, try again. Like everything was so bright, which for me was like a dream come true, but that's also like not everybody's bag. But you know, different designers do different things. So here's what I want to say about these two silhouettes. That green dress, in theory, is like a nightmare for my body shape. I am most flattered in silhouettes that are much closer to the body, but I'm keeping it, and I'm going to tell you why. What I love about this is because of the way the square neckline is done, and even look at the shoulders. I'm sorry, the straps. The straps are set really wide. Okay, so what that ends up doing is it really helps to be able to see like where I am in the garment. I'll put it up for IG one more time. So you can really see like there's Brandeis, right? Like I've got shoulders, I've got arms, I've got legs because it's high-low, right? It's high in the front, lower in the back. So even though it's like very, very moo-moo-like, it does not overwhelm me, in my opinion, right? Which is all that matters because I have to wear it. So it doesn't overwhelm me. It's a lot of fabric, but I've got arms, I've got a clavicle, I've got like a whole neckline situation, I've got a calf. So that's what I mean about like thinking about like how much of your body is like covered and how that can kind of change the proportions of what you're doing or what you're wearing. You guys also get to see like the super messy background where I was trying on like 120 dresses. So let's go to the high neck orange one. This one I wanted to love, like y'all, I wanted to love her so much. I did. I was like, please come home with me because I love this color. But that neck is just too high for me. So there's other stuff going on too. Like it's a very straight cut, which is usually pretty good for me. And so even though there is some like A-line kind of like flaring, look at how gradual that is, right? So it basically starts from the bust and the A is, it's a long A, right? I am best flattered when things look more vertical. So up and down versus side to side. So even the green dress, right? I'm pulling it out, but even the green dress, if you look at the pleats in that dress, the pleats are actually going up and down. That dress has verticality in it. That flatters my body shape. So you also got to think about that. Are you an up and down kind of person or a side to side person? If that's like, what are you talking about? Sign up for the wait list. You'll learn all about that in my course. All right, so I love the orange one, but it has to go back. Like if it was a V-neck, like any other neck, I could have made it work. What also is going on there, right, is because I'm like busty, you just get like a boob shelf, right? It's just like all boobs and there's no relief because it's so high neck. So that's something to think about too. If you've got a larger bust, sometimes high neck stuff is like, ooh. All right, next up. So these three are like, they fit. This is what I'm going to say about this. Here's the rule. Just because it fits doesn't mean you have to wear it. So like, these are fine. They're all fine. They all fit. They're fine. But like nothing about them was like knocking me out. And so this is also where it's really important that you think about fit as separate from style. All of these dresses fit me in the sense of size, right? That's usually not what I'm talking about when I talk about fit. They fit me in the sense of like, they are flattering to my body shape in some way, shape, or fashion. And for me, that's like they come in a little bit at the waist. They've got like straighter skirts, right? I have an open neckline in each one. That really helps me out. So all of that, like the fit principles that I need are all at play. Style-wise, I like kind of hated them, right? So like that's the other thing too. A lot of us, especially if we're not confident in our style, we get sucked into this trap of like, if I can like physically put it on my body and it fits, I'm going to wear it. Right? Because like we're desperate. We're like, I don't know what else to do. So you end up with things where like, I really like the prints and like different aspects of this, and they did quote unquote fit me and were somewhat flattering, but the style is not my vibe. And that's something I wouldn't have known without, you know, kind of trying it on. I also wanted to try different things. Like that black floral, I was like, ooh, like it looks a little, I don't know, like 70s, but like not in a good way. But I was like, you know what? If I don't try, I'll never know. So that's the thing too. I always want you guys to be experimenting with your style. Fit, you have to know your principles and like don't give an inch on that. But style, that's where you get to play. That's where you get to express yourself. All right, so next up, these two slip dresses. I actually got a couple more, which I'm not featuring in this, but just suffice to say, I love me a slip dress. So these two slip dresses, oh, sorry, y'all, for IG. This one didn't come on the phone, but just pretend. So for these two slip dresses, you can like immediately tell like my body is better flattered in things that are closer to the body. So that's another principle that I talk about a lot. How much volume or tightness do you need in a garment? Some of us look amazing and a lot of volume coming out away from the body. Some of us look better if it's more straight up and down, but you can have volume actually front to back, right? So you might have a lot of volume like in the back of a garment. You really have to start to think about that stuff. So like, for example, even this shirt that I'm wearing pretty much just goes straight down. Because of my chest, it kind of tents away. Like I have to tuck the shirt in, at least just even a front tuck to bring it back to my body so that it's more fitted. So I still get the look of like a looser, kind of more voluminous shirt, but at my waist, it's got to come back in or I just look larger all around in areas where I'm not. So think about those things. So those are the slip dresses. We're almost done. These two, I will show y'all on IG. I mean, they, again, like just okay. Just okay. The other thing was the sizing in these things was nutty. So this dress on the right, the black and white one, I wore a 12 in that designer in one dress, and this was a 14, and I literally couldn't zip it, and my arms were in prison. Like my arms were like, please make it stop. Actually on the left side, I have it unbuttoned. Like I couldn't even like get my arm in. So I was like, this is okay. So like might need like a 16 in that if I decided to keep it. So the sizing was also like a little bit inconsistent. So again, like, I mean, they're fine. It's like nothing to write home about. But I love the trying on of things. The maxi actually fit a lot better than I thought it would. I'm usually not a fan of things that like tell your boobs where they should be. Do you know what I mean? Like, where like the bodice is like boobs. This is where your boobs go. Like, it's just different on every body. So I was like highly skeptical about that, but it actually ended up working. I think the straps are adjustable. So again, what we can actually look at, right, is like that principle of A-line. So if we see this, it is an A-line silhouette, meaning the overall silhouette form is an A, but look at how gradual that is off my hip. Most of the A comes from the bottom of the skirt, like below, I should say, like from thighs down, right? That is a silhouette that I can wear. If that A starts anywhere near my waist or upper hip, it goes haywire because then I'm going out side to side versus up and down. The black and white one, it was cute, right? Like it's a little bit more fitted, looks better on my body type, but I mean, where am I going? Where am I going? Does it matter? It doesn't. We're going somewhere. So I'm keeping some of these dresses. All right. This one, I actually like, I've seen a lot of people wearing this and it really looks great. But most people that I see wearing it are wearing it open over jeans or over shorts or over something. And again, I think that that's because there's just a lot going on. You got a huge puffy sleeve, you have a very high collar, and then you also have a giant skirt and it's long. So like all of those elements together would be very overwhelming on most frames, no matter your body shape. And so I think a lot of people are kind of using it kind of like duster style and wearing it open, and it looks super cute. And I love the creativity. But again, I think a lot of that is because the dress on its own is pretty overwhelming. But what I like about that, right, is like use style to your advantage. Like get creative, take the belt off, like do what you need to do, you know? So no shame there. So now what you've all been waiting for, this is the Willy Wonka nightmare. So we're going to play a game of what I ordered versus what I got. I ordered this, I mean, like knowing full well it was going to be like, maybe. But y'all, like I wasn't prepared. I wasn't prepared. I was not prepared. Here we go. Get ready, because it's something. It is really something. It's just, I mean, wow. Just wow. I don't know who this is for. I don't know. I mean, I think this is not for a busty person. So what ends up happening is if you look at the dress, again, lots of verticality, right? It's split right down the middle. It's telling you I want to go up and down. If you're busty, you're pulling that material side to side. She doesn't like it. The dress does not like, nothing about it hangs right. I also found the collar to be super tight. I don't know. This one for me was just like a big ol' miss. I'm not seeing it that much on like other blogger stuff either. I don't think this one was successful. And then last but not least, my all-time fave. You guys probably saw this in the marketing for telling you guys this was coming up. I was so surprised by this dress. I was like, oh, hey now. Hey, friend. I love it. I'm going to wear it every day. I'm going to wear it to the grocery store. I'm going to wear it to Target pickup. I'm going to wear it to the park. I mean, I'm just going to wear it all the time. And the shoes, what's really funny, I was like, I think I have shoes that kind of go with this. Those shoes are actually Prabal Gurung's collection with Target that he did I think it was one of the first designer ones they did, crossovers they did I don't know, like 10 years ago or something. So just love my Target. So that is what we got. I hope that this was informative. Really what I want you guys to take away from this, right, is it's not about how things look on me. I show you guys that stuff just to show you a body type and how things flatter or don't flatter and what you need to look for. But ultimately what I want you to take away is one, have fun. Right? I ordered so many things that I knew were going to look craptastic on me just because sometimes you want to be surprised, right? And online, it can be really difficult sometimes to tell. And so just have fun with it. I think especially now as we're kind of re-emerging, re-entering the world a little bit, what better time to just try different things? Nobody's seen you from the waist down in a year. Do whatever you want. So have fun. 2, really think about what kind of tops flatter you, what kind of skirts flatter you. Put that together and you've got what kind of dress flatters you. So I hope that helps you kind of take some of the mystery out of I don't know what kind of dresses look good on me. So start there. You can continue to experiment, but start there. Necklines, what's it doing around your waist? Is it coming in? Is it going out? Where does the A start? Do you need a pencil skirt? Are you okay with a straight skirt, a maxi skirt? All of those things. You just got to combine it. And then the last thing is just be kind to ourselves, right? As we start to reemerge and re-enter and do whatever it is we're doing these days, our bodies have changed, things have shifted. Even if your body size hasn't changed or anything like that, it's we just haven't been in front of people like other people, right? And I think that there's just something about that we're going to have to start to navigate. And it's different, being back out in the world and trying to put yourself together and trying to understand what makes you comfortable. So to that end, I have a couple of things in the works for this summer that I think you guys are really going to like. I've decided getting dressed again is it can be anxiety producing for some of us. And I want to make sure that you guys feel really confident about how to do that, how to re-enter the world and feel confident about your style, how to tap back into your style, how to know what you like, and to have fun with it. So stay tuned. Some good stuff coming up in the works this summer that y'all can participate in. And I'm excited about it. All right. That was our time for today. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope y'all also enjoyed these clip-in extensions. I know I did. And I will see you next time. Bye, y'all.